This is a Cronuszen script setup video for Apex Legends. This is our gold tier membership script, and we offer full setup and service. Let's get right into it. Okay, here we go. So first thing you need to do is insert the program cable to the right side of your Zen. After that's hooked up, we want to find our script. Go to File, click Open, and then from there, wherever you happen to have it, mine is under Latest Scripts. And Project Apex 1.5, this is the updated one that we just dropped in Discord. Hit Open, and then that's going to bring you to this page right here. On this page, you have a ton of information. I highly recommend you read all of it, or at least ask us questions so that we can direct you in the proper way. But either way, this is where everything is for instructions. From there, go to Programmer. And on the left-hand side where you have Zen, this is specific for game packs, which are right here. And these are all game packs. We're going to upload our script, or at least drag it down, Project Apex 1.5, click and drag, and then hit the save button on the left. That is all there is to it, to getting the script from us onto your Zen. Nothing to it. Me doing this slowly took me about 60 seconds to 90 seconds. Not too bad. Right, that's officially uploaded, and let me now show you what this can do, or at least what you would do with your controller to set it up. Okay, so you have your controller set up to the A1 port. You've already got your script on there. All we have to do now is scroll over to it. So using your Zen, button right there, you're going to scroll through your game packs till you get to the actual script itself. Now we do have a lockout code on this. I've already input that. And that's something that we'll give you when you're in our membership. Now, using your controller, left trigger, or LT, and menu will open up the mod menu that you see right there for the script. And then from there, utilize your D-pad. As you can see, we have primary, anti-recoil, and it's turned off. There's different little symbols so that you can see what to use on your D-pad. So we're going to use the down arrow to turn it on. And we have multiple options. We've got standard, which is a good one. We also have progressive, and I'm going to talk to you guys about those right now. Standard, this is the normal anti-recoil for vertical and horizontal. Hit the A button, and that's going to bring you into the mod menu so that you can start to play around with these numbers. When you hold A, hit the up on the D-pad, you can go up pretty high. When you hold A and do left and right on the D-pad, you can go down by increments of 1. Typically, I recommend you start off at 35. Now, if you're playing inverted look in-game, you're going to have to go into the negatives so that it pulls down the right way. Otherwise, you're going to be shooting straight into the floor. It's going to be super weird. If you wanted to do horizontal, because let's say you shoot the gun and it pulls to the left, then using the D-pad without holding A, press over, and that's going to bring up horizontal. Then hold the A button down, and then you can change that as you see fit. You're going to have to play with it a little bit in the training arena so that you can figure out what guns are good for which, settings here. We have recommendations for those in our Discord as well. To back out of it, hit the B button. Now, progressive is the next one. Hit the A button down again. This one has a starting point and an ending point, which is really cool. So if you're firing something that has a ton of bullets, like a 100-round magazine, then the starting anti-recoil might be 30 or 40, but the end of that is going to be vastly different because it doesn't just continuously shoot up. It shoots up and it stops, and then it's going to pull back down on its own. So you can tell your Zen to start at 40 so that it shoots and kicks, but stays at 0, basically, and then ends at something like 15. It's usually half the value. So if you're at 40, it would be 20, or it could be even less than that, like 10. So then you've got 40 on the start and 10 at the end. So that way, shooting the entire time, holding down the trigger, it will react the way that you want to, the way that you are designing it to with this. So pretty cool. Back out of that. Burst fire, that's if you got a scout rifle or a hand cannon or a sidearm. Turn that on if you want that to essentially fire that gun in fully automatic, which is pretty cool. Aim assist. We have a bunch of different options. One of these will work for you. As opposed to just giving you 2 options, we are giving you all of them. So scrolling down, using the D-pad, you have Eternal, Normal, OG, Legit, Helix, Spiral, Wide Oval, Tall, Circular, and Sticky. Let's start with Sticky. Radius and steps. So the radius is the size of the actual action that you're asking it to do. You want that to be a little bit on the smaller side. And then the steps is how often it kicks in and does the pattern. So typically I start off with something around 15 and 25 for me. And Jedi has a different value. His is 9 and 15, but he has a different in-game controller sensitivity. So everyone's going to be a little bit different. This is why I like our scripts as opposed to the game packs. We're not forcing you into one aim assist pattern. We are allowing you the opportunity to adjust as you see fit, which is super effective. Now, backing out of that, that's the aim assist. Try the other ones too. You're going to find one that works for you, or maybe 1 or 2. So right now, I've got Helix and Normal and Sticky. And those are my favorites. All right, moving on. Strafe mod. Turn that one on. You got an out strafe cam, you've got a cut strafe, and a strafe shot. Dynamic sensitivity, leave that alone. That's for incredibly advanced players for what they're trying to do. And that's more for what you want your controller to do, but I wouldn't worry about that. Slider is pretty cool. Turn that on, and then you can time it by hitting the A button and adjust how you slide. Basically a slide cancel, if you will. So that's really cool. All the different profiles, if you wanted to swap triggers and bumpers, you have the option to do that. And remember that whatever your profile is in-game is what has to match here on the Zen in order to get this to work effectively. Auto ADS, turn that on. If you hit the A button, as you can see, nothing there. It's just automatically aim down sights. Rumbles, I leave that off if it's off. And then dead zone, you can match that to the game as well. That way, if your dead zone in the game is, let's say, 5, you want this to also be 5. All right, backing out. Crouch spam is one of those things where if you hold LT and RT at the same time, then it's basically just going to make your character do that crouch spam. Some people love that. I don't care for it. I'd rather do it myself. VM speed is really important because this has to do with lag. There's going to be some latency issues for PS5 users. So going into this, hit on, and then you can adjust the reactivity of your controller, the Zen, and what's going on in game so that there is way less latency. Some of you might need 5, others might need 1. It's one of those things that you're going to have to figure out as you play. And if things are not reacting the way that you need to, this would be the issue. Okay, that is the long and the short of it. When you want to save it, you hit the big Xbox button or you hit double B. Now we're saved. That's it for the updated game pack for Apex. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, I love all you guys. Let's keep it Zen out there.